And Paul has nearly got it correct. Nearly got it correct. So the lame joke of the day that I'm going to ask is that how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Aye, aye. So that's my lame joke that started with today. And let's have a look at Forex Factory. I realized that during this show, I have never checked Forex Factory. And for today, there's actually nothing much. Yeah, I'm not really interested in PPI. Lexus might shed some light later. Yeah, after trading for 4 years, I've never seemed to understand what all this news are about. Yeah, I only managed to learn what news to avoid. That's about it. All right. So with that, let me jump over the Pepperstones. Nope, that's my account. Oh, Sui 8 tentacles from Angel 8. No, the answer is not 8. Paul is nearly there. You can take reference from his answer. Yep. So, all right. So let me go through my trades that I still have going on. So first of all, Cat Swiss is going well. I think with this trade going on, might salvage my entire week. But not that this was a bad week. I mean, all in all, this week I actually didn't take any losing trades so far. Last week I was down by 2.5%. I had a small win last week. Yeah, so that small win get me 0.5%. That's why I've lost 3 trades, so down by 2.5. Then I've tipped. Then the trade that brought over was euro dollar. That actually got me 3:1. So I'm more or less squared off. Yeah, so Cat Swiss is I've already trailed my stop loss to this level. Yeah, if price reverse, so be it. I have already, at this stage, let me see. Which candle had I think I've traded over here, stop loss. Yeah, so at this stage, I've nearly gotten 3:1. Anything more than this is considered a bonus. Yeah, so from last week till now, if I consider this trade stop loss at where my trailing stop loss is, I'm up by 3%. Not a bad endeavor. Yeah, could have hoped for all. Yesterday I shared that I've gotten in Euro Aussie. So if you forget the reasoning, because it sort of looked like inverted head and shoulder for me, and price consolidate. Had a very nice break, which I jumped in. Yeah, so I hope that it will continue on. So this will be another nice winner to add in. Yeah, currently it's back to my entry level. There's a bit of a negative. Oh well, so be it. Now, dollar yen last night, I was really happy to see that price actually plunged down. I'm really hoping, against all hope, that price will hit to the level that I'm able to trade. Seems that it isn't hitting it. Yeah, so it might be something which I'm happy for nothing. Yeah, but then again, this is only Thursday, so I still got let me see, 8 more candles to go. Yeah, which I might hopefully get an entry in. Yeah. Aussie dollar, I'm bottom short. So price actually rose above the level which I wanted to trade. So I'm still waiting patiently for price to do this. I would say 50-50. Yeah, at this stage it is really quite tough to see whether price will do this or not. Yeah. So, but truth to be told, for Aussie dollar, the structure of the market doesn't really look that fantastic to me. Yeah. So price is doing this, and then I have this strong level. Yeah. So if I get in anywhere from here, right, I'm really trading straight into danger. Yeah. So even if I jump into this trade, I'll probably just go at 0.5%. Yeah. The horizontal level really is bothering me. Yeah, put it this way. And then go. This is one good news for me. So last night I almost gave in to temptation and trade here. If I really do that, I have to actually pass Alexis $2 because I've broken my rules twice and double. Yeah. So as I mentioned yesterday, that the way that I will break my rule is that I'll break it in front of everyone else. So if I did not break it in front of everyone else, then I'll have to pay Alexis $2 if I break it on my own. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that price will actually comes to this level so that I can proudly that's such a oxymoron way of saying it. probably break my rules. Yeah. But I still consider this an early entry if I'm able to do it. And Pound Swiss, yes. So Pound Swiss is the one that just now when I scanned through the chart, So this is, again, today I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I think I don't have any luck from last week till now that I'm trying to get Alexis to break her rules. So I'll try it one last time today before the show ends. Is that, look, I'm presenting an absolutely strong case for Alexis to break her rules and for you guys to join me. Okay, so the strong case that I'm presenting today, in terms of a counter. Now, this actually, strictly speaking, is it breaking her rules? I don't know. But the strong case that I'm presenting is when you look at the daily chart, right? This is at this level. Yeah, what is this level that I'm looking at? Let me. Yeah, 1.28. At 1.28, and if you look back on the weekly chart, it does have its merits. Daily chart, let's scroll back a fair bit more. Oops. It does has this level has its merits ever since let me see, February this year onwards. This level has been holding pretty well. So naturally, on the daily chart, when we see that price comes to 1.28, it's nearly there. Is it fair to factor in that there's a very, very huge chance that price will actually reverse from this area? Yeah. So I'm not about to jump in now. I don't think this is the right time to jump in. On the H4, we can see that price has already given me a double top. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for price to inch a bit fair up and then being rejected by 1.28. And that's where I will happily jump in and aim for this level for take profits. Yeah. So in this case, I'm sad to say that from past week till now, my normal trend trading method did not work out. But surprisingly, the reversal actually worked out pretty well. Yeah, so this is always the case. If trend does not work, then reversal works. Yeah, the reversal is always the one that gets me the multi-bagger. Yeah, 5 times, 8 times. And if this works out, let me see. Let me take a brief measurement. Just take a candle. So this will actually possibly be an 8-time winner if it does really work out. Yeah. So I'll hear what Alexis has to say about pound Swiss later on. Strictly speaking, not as a reversal trade, but possibly as a range. On the daily chart, this is really a huge range. Yeah, and it's marked out very, very clearly the boundaries. Yeah, I recall last week that she likes to trade when there's clear-cut boundaries. So I don't know what she has to say for this, but this is something that I would seriously put in for a contender for a trend trading methods. All right, so with that, let me see. What's the answer? 888. Alexis has got tentacles. She's right. All right, so the answer is tentacles. So the question again is, how many tentacles does it take to make an octopus laugh? The answer is tentacles. Yeah, as the name rhymes, tentacles. Yep, so thank you, Alexis, for that. And yeah, that's the reason why I actually put a pirate hat. So, Alexis.
Oh, I thought it was just play with filters day.
No, that's got to do with the lame joke that I put forth.
Oh, okay. So I thought we were supposed to be bandits or something. Okay.
Yeah. Can I have your valuable opinion about pound Swiss? I don't think
pound Swiss. Yeah, I was listening to your analysis, but I do have a RSI signal on the pound Swiss. So let me see. Let's go to the charts and take a look at pound Swiss. Okay, so I think I'm looking at this is a weekly time frame, and it is not fantastic on the weekly. And the reason why I say that is because I'm very conscious that if we look at just chart patterns, we do seem to have a this kind of pattern, all right? But again,
bullish flag.
Yeah, it looks like a bullish flag. So what it means is there is going to be a probability of the trade going up here, but if we just extend the flag by a bit, there's also a probability of the trade going in here. So this is my weekly, 2 probabilities on my weekly. So let's see if we can narrow it down on the daily time frame and the shorter time frames. So on the daily time frame, I have an oversold indicator that's hit. So I'm using an RSI 2 indicator, and we already have an oversold. So I've put a pink line on the day that it was oversold. So it was oversold for the last, I think it was oversold for the last 1, 2, 3 to 4 days. All right. So what I'm waiting for is it just tells me overbought. So since it's overbought for the last 4 days, what I'm waiting for is for confirmation, right? For confirmation that this bullish move is completed or is done. And that's where, of course, we look at the smaller time frame. So if you look at daily candles, it has been going, we have green candles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have got 7 green candles. You know, will it be an 8th candle is a question mark. But let's say it's very rare to have 7, 8 days or even 9 to 10 days in a row of green candles. But it has happened in the past. So over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So somewhere in February we had 9 green candles in a row. We're just looking at probabilities and patterns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In August, we had 6 green candles in a row. In March, after the COVID rally, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles in a row, right? So historically, or even if you're looking at short red candles, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 short days. This is during the COVID dip, right? Where COVID happened in March and everything tanked. So during the tanking period, we had 10 red candles in a row. All right. So if in between there's a green candle, it doesn't quite count. So I'm talking about momentum here. So the average for pound Swiss seems to be between I think 7 to 10 strong rallies or strong pullbacks. So if we're looking at what's happening now, it's just in terms of momentum, and we have already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I already had 7 bullish candles in a row, right? 7 days. For the past 7 days, it's been rallying. So the question is, will today be the 8th day? Will we have 2 more days till Friday? Is this entire week going to be a nice green candle week, right? And if we look on the weekly time frame, it does seem that way, that there is that possibility that we still might have some upward motion, right? We have a engulfing bar last 2 weeks, right? So 1 week and 2 weeks. This is week 1, week 2 with engulfing bar bouncing off the 200 weekly EMA, and then we're heading back towards here. So in just these 3 candles here, it does look like in the big picture there is some room to the upside, but whether or not it will exhaust itself in the next 2 to 3 days, now that will be my challenge. And as you guys know, I am bearish on pound Swiss because I am bullish on the Swiss. So I am definitely waiting on this pair, and that is why I'm looking at the RSI to kind of wait for the signal that, okay, should I put in a small percentage now, etc., etc. And what really makes me quite happy is that on a H4, as Lloyd said, there is already a double top, right? So we have some resistance at this level over here, which is excellent. H1, all right, you can see that the candles are all they're all very small and tiny today. So price has not left for the entire half of today. 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. I think almost half the day, 1/3 of the day gone. The candle has the price has not left this tiny range between 1.27 to 1.28. Let's say 1.277 to 1.278. So price has not left this area. So which means 2 things. It will mean that if leading into the US market, 2 things might happen. Price might still continue to not find any momentum because there is just nothing going on, or leading into the market, the big players are coming. They are going to see overbought patterns, and the robots. Whatever reason, it will pop. All right. So this is a potential pop, but whether pop to the upside or the downside. Now I am, of course, more keen to go short again based on fundamentals and based on an overbought signal. So what I have to kind of look for is there any reason for me to go short? So I am looking for the first lower high, right? The first lower high, which means that the only time I can go short, right, is that price gives me a lower high somewhere here and it breaks below my daily pivot. If I can find something like that, then I'll go short. if not in the meantime, it's just really waiting for this to set up, waiting for the setup to happen. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be caught where price, doesn't go anywhere. But you can see that price is compressing. So it's either going to do this, or it's going to do this. And if momentum is hard and fast, which means I might not even have this retracement. So it's a more of a, I think, close watch. And I think Lloyd was showing the Forex Factory calendar. Was there any news that came up? Let's see.
I think it's only throw will be USD news only.
Only USD news. Then
Yeah.
then we might not have that momentum, or we might not have anything that can give us the pop. Today is Thursday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we had a preliminary pound GDP, which is 4.8%, which is increase. I mean, I would say there is no fantastic news, but there's no bad news either. So there's nothing to push it, I would say. CPI, yeah, it doesn't seem to have any news to help me push it into the direction I want. So we have to trade this on a very technical way, which is on the H1, wait for my lower high with a bearish price action, either engulfing, high test bar, trade track reversals, or a ring high, or whatever it is. Alternatively, if I am really anxious to get in, I might check in on the 15-minute over here. And again, you can see 15-minute is not clear. I got a big green, big red candle, so it's still very range bound. So it's I think there's a bit of waiting. It's a bit of waiting. It's a bit of waiting because I don't want to get caught in the wrong side of the pop, right?
So essentially, you're waiting for a clear cut lower high.
Yes, I'm ready for a clear cut lower high, like a clear, clean lower high, or something to happen. Yeah, but I would prefer to go short. If I get a long signal, again with this kind of price action, I think that I'm not sure if it can go very much long, because on the H1, on the hourly setup, all right, on the hourly setup, let's say if we're looking at just on the hourly wave rider, there is an hourly setup. We have sort of a low test bar here, we have bounces off here, and the reason why I'm not keen on it is because it's only 10 pips. It's only 10 pips to the top of the previous high, where it has already bounced off twice, right? So no point risking whatever percentage for 10 pips worth. It might be a 1-to-1, but it's too close for comfort. So yeah, I'd rather wait for a clear short than to take a tiny 10 pip long.
I would actually agree with Alexis on that. Not that I will absolutely wait for a lower high. Yeah, but I personally, I would need to wait for a bearish bar to come in. So a divergence here will be good because as my indicator, the chaos indicator has shown that price is already on the oversold level. Yeah. So what I really need price to show me is that it gives me the first indication already. There is a double top and there's a high test bar. Yeah. Just that since I didn't get into this bar, I shall not chase price. But at this point, another high test bar or an engulfing bar, bearish engulfing bar that appears would pave the way for me to go short. Yeah. And by this time, when the bearish engulfing bar actually appear, I guess that's when Alexis will get her lower high. Yeah, because it just makes sense. When a 4-hour bearish bar, that bearish bar appear, then she will naturally get her lower high. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So, any of you have any? What do the others think of this chart? Or especially Sui, she has gotten the better part of price in the previous reversal trade. What would your be trading plan for now? Yeah, because I'm always interested to hear other people who may have different analysis or the same analysis, but at different entry area. Yeah, so that's where the fun of trading comes in. Yeah. So before I switch over to Alexis, one more thing that I wish to show. Again, I'm not very sure how many of you actually traded crypto. You have crypto index on your chart. So what I wish to show is that ever since the crypto rally starts on the 20th of June, you can see that how price actually. By the way, the black and blue line is the closing price and the high price. Yeah, so I'm using last week closing and last week high price. Yeah, since that price actually responded pretty well to all this level whereby I supposedly do trades. Yeah, so for those of you who have actually this crypto 10, 20 or 30, what I'm waiting for price to do is simply just to actually come back to last week high. Then I'll actually put in a position. Yeah. So if it actually takes off without interacting with last week high, then so be it. Yeah. But I'm just pointing out that in accordance to the way that I trade, it actually interacted pretty well with all these levels. Yeah. So we shall see how that goes. Bit of a pity that I didn't actually get it over here. Yeah. If I did, I'll be rather happy. But since I didn't get it, so be it. I'll be closely watching crypto 10 for this particular trading. Let me see. So for John, is wait and watch for you for pound Swiss. Actually, maybe later when you come online, you can share with us exactly what are you waiting for. Yeah. If you agree with our analysis, then I want to know what's the trigger that you're waiting for. For Alexis, she's waiting for a lower high, a clear lower high. Yeah. So for me, I'm just waiting for another rejection bar. It can come in the form of high test bar or it come in the form of bearish engulfing bar. I'll be happy to jump in. And Swiss has actually placed a limit order. Okay. Cool. So again, limit order at that level, MR1. Okay. Yeah. So you're still waiting for price to actually give you a better value. Yeah. I've actually never tested any of my strategy with regards to limit order. Maybe I should start doing that and see whether it actually gives me any better results.
You might get a better price, right?
Yeah, because limit order is in a way, yeah, it does trigger us in at a better pricing. So I've tested strategies with stop orders, with market orders, market entries, but never with limit orders. Yeah. I don't know whether are they easy to test or not. I need to give that. Q, is the analysis of pound Swiss the same for Euro Swiss? Let me have a look at Euro Swiss. Well, this is how pound Swiss looks like. And this is how Euro Swiss looks like. I don't think I'll place that in the same category this time around. Yeah. Because Euro Swiss, when I look at the daily time frame, it's clear cut that price is previously, prior to this, is having a downtrend. Yeah. So, and pound Swiss on the daily chart is on a range. So I would say they are actually, technically, the market structure is really different. Yeah. So I wouldn't say pound Swiss and Euro Swiss will be the same. But let me have a look at Euro Swiss. In fact, Euro Swiss, I would possibly say that it might, price has already reversed. Yeah, so I will actually, my bias for the Euro Swiss will actually go long. Yeah, I would say that I'm not particularly fond of trading Euro Swiss at this moment because I don't have a strong bias from technical point of view. I don't have a strong bias to go long or short. Yeah, so I would rather not trade in such an instance. Yeah, but if Alexis has anything to add in for Euro Swiss, please go on.
Let me see. Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss. I mean, on the there is a technical setup on the H1, but it also shows that is it's also an overbought. It's also an overbought thing for me on the Euro Swiss. Okay, I'm just gonna show my screen real quick on the Euro Swiss, but it is interesting because I'm thinking of I'm definitely looking on the short side for this. Okay, so I have this is my RSI tool, so I'm pulling it up so that you can see. So I'm looking for overbought, oversold signals, which means that price is the cyan colored indicator is what I'm looking at. All right, so it's over here, the cyan colored one. So it already has hit above the pink dotted line, which is my settings for this particular RSI. And what I am looking for is this helps me it just signals whether there is a potential oversold overbought position. So currently yesterday's candle, I'm just going to put my pink line here. Okay, yesterday's candle was where can I select it? Okay, yesterday's candle over here. So since yesterday's candle was already in a overbought position, right, I'm definitely looking for opportunities to go short. So this is where I will now scroll down into the shorter time frame to see, again, I'm looking for the first lower high on the hourly time frame. And I'm looking for any other signals that potentially tell me that there is a short opportunity. So I have a horizontal level over here as well, which coincides with my monthly pivot. So there's a monthly pivot, there's a horizontal line, or what we call it, a fractal line. And on the H1, what I'm looking for is, do I have any lower high? So same thing is compression, right? We have compression happening right now, which means there is a very good probability that in the next couple of days or maybe couple of hours, we might see a pop. But pop to which side? Again, I'm definitely waiting for a downside because there is a lot of weight on the top, right? We have a lot of resistance on top. You can see even from price action, in terms of price action, you can see how momentum just loses steam, right? You can see that on this day it went up, and then a big move, another big move, and then over here it like punch it like that, lose a bit of steam, and then now it's like flat. So it ran out of gas, right? So again, when it ran out of gas, it just means that it's consolidating. So we have this, I don't know whether it's called a bullish flag, bearish flag. I don't know. I don't really trade this kind of pattern names, but what I'm looking for is exhaustion of momentum. And since we have exhaustion of momentum, what is the probability that price will have enough momentum to break above, or what is the probability where the sellers will come in, see this same exhaustion of momentum and say, okay, whoever who bought in here will say, okay, time to take profit, and it will cause it to go pop this way. So I'm looking for this pop, the people who have bought here or bought here and wants to take profit here, right? Or waiting for a profit signal, and then they see that, okay, we have reached an exhaustion, less time to go short. So I'm looking for this pop. Definitely bias to the downside. But again, based on my trading rules, I'm waiting for a confirmation that it has definitely lost signal. And as long as price is above daily pivot, I'm very reluctant to go in because that is part of my trading rules. So I have to find that first lower high with a break below the daily pivot to tell me, okay, confirm that is a downside momentum coming. So I do like this pair. And same thing also, I'm again more keen on this because again my fundamental bias is looking for Swiss strength, right? So I'm very comfortable waiting for a short, and despite for hourly wave rather traders, despite the daily pivots indicating that it's a long setup, I'm very reluctant to go long because there are so many check boxes against that analysis, right? So this is where the other side, the discretionary comes in, where I have number one, my fundamental bias of a stronger Swiss. I've got a reversal indicator that has binged. I've got a spring loaded over here. So I don't see, I mean, all in all, I think there is a good probability for a downside pop. And now it's all a matter of time about waiting for that signal so that I don't get caught in a range. So I don't like to get entered in the trade and then my price just goes sideways for hours and hours. And then when I wake up next morning, it's gone the wrong way. So yeah, so I rather wait for something clear, wait for the clarity that comes up. So hopefully it comes. I mean, if I go down to the 30-minute, you can see it's going price is going nowhere. There's no volume, there's nobody that's coming in to pump money in here for it to move, right? Nothing has happened. But on the 15-minute time frame, you can see that price is already heading down. 15-minute time frame, price looks like it's heading towards the downside. Now it's really a matter of looking for that breaks, for the pop that will take me out of this area. So yep, waiting for a short, but not yet, I guess. Don't know how long it will do this. That's my 2 cents worth. Euro Swiss.
All right, thank you, Alexis, for that. So essentially, you're still Euro Swiss and Pound Swiss. You're waiting for short opportunities.
Yes. And Swiss yen, I'm waiting for longs.
So ultimately, that boils down to because you are really bullish on Swiss.
I mean, comparatively, I'm pretty bullish on Swiss for now until I read something differently. But it just seems that the Swiss numbers, I mean, the Swiss has accumulated government fund. I mean, they have got a big pot of government funds loaded. They have money, right? They have money, which indicates that they do have money to spend for whatever they want. Fiscal policy, monetary policy. It means they do have supply, right? They do have supply. They're sitting on the supply. But what they do with it, I don't know. But it does look like they are doing pretty okay. I mean, for a government to be able to have an increase in reserves in their bank in this time, I think that means that they do have some foundation there that can weather this storm. So that's why I'm very bullish on the Swiss. And also maybe just maybe that we have had a stock market rally for months, right? Almost 2 years of stock market rally, and the Swiss is a risk-off currency. So maybe they're waiting for something in the stock market and then money will run to the Swiss. I mean, I don't know, but these are all speculations at this point. But it just seems that the Swiss has accumulated the funds, waiting for something. I don't know what. Maybe they're going to dump everything in crypto. I also don't know. But yeah, it just seems that the Swiss is doing pretty okay at this stage.
If you make some money from Swiss, please buy me some Swiss chocolate.
Oh, no problem. But it
Thank
has
you.
to be from NTUC because nobody can go to Switzerland now, right?
Just import in. I don't mind the wait time.
If Taobao in, don't know whether the thing really come from Switzerland or come from China.
I don't mind. All I need to know is just it's made in Switzerland. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But assembled elsewhere, I don't know yet. Okay, so Eurocat. In myself, you also give us some views about Eurocat, or do you want me to take over for Eurocat?
I'll just peep at the screen. Wow, why you're spotting all the oversold, overbought position? This one also has an oversold. I think yesterday's candle. Interesting.
Yeah, all inspired by the reversal trades.
Oh, inspired. Yeah, looks like it. You guys are inspired by reversal trades. I mean, it definitely has a potential. Now, again, do bear in mind, reversal trades, the probability of win or loss, right, is higher losses. It's a higher loss-win ratio. All right, it's not a higher win-loss ratio. So the risk management and the actual selection of the trades, it's up to you guys to be picky lah. But I'm a bit more picky. Like now, you guys have given me 3 reversal trades, right? You have the EuroCAD, Euro Swiss, Pound Swiss. Out of the 3, I might not take all 3, but I will take one. All right, I won't take all 3 because the probability of reversal trades panning out, I might get 3 losses. So that's not something that that I would like. So unless one of the 3 gives me something clear and clean, if not, I might not even take all 3 until I get a clear signal. But it does look that is a good potential for reversals. Again, Euro. I mean, we have EuroCAD here. Again, I'm looking for the first higher low. But it just looks so squished right now, right? It just looks so, it looks like it's consolidating. And of course, being a cat pair, I always like to peep at oil and see what oil is doing. And of course, oil, I think the general bias is still a bit more to the short side. I mean, it doesn't have the best of news. Maybe a short side bias is there. On a H4, it looks a bit heavy as well. So with euro, with oil on the short side, there is a good probability if oil pops short, right? Then we'll have a weakness in the CAD, we'll have a strength in the euro, and we might get our pop to the top side. For this particular one, again, weekly WS1 is just above. It's just above our, I think it's only about 10 pips away. So again, it might be a case of it going sideways until we reach the US market, then we get that long candle, right? Which is like some hedge fund manager in the US is configuring their portfolio. So we're definitely waiting for a clear long, but as long as it's squished in this rectangular box, it's very hard for me to convince myself to throw in some risk into this. Which brings me to Aussie dollar. All right, so this is what I meant in terms of Aussie dollar, where the okay, let me just show you my grumpiness in this particular pair. So This is like the 8 to 10 p.m. And then we had the same thing again, 8 to 10 p.m. This one. It's so annoying, right? Because of course my position was short. So it worked out for me here, but I was actually holding a short position here. And then for some strange reason, I was not in front of my computer. And before I could move my entry to break even, now I'm up here. All right. But my risk is not very big on this, but it's just annoying knowing that I forgot to look at the, like I forgot about that long candle that comes, all these long candles that comes between the 8 to 10 p.m. US time, right? This big ass long candles that goes in the opposite direction. It just annoyed me that I forgot I forgot to look at it. So now I'm set on this trade, trying to see whether I can manage it back down and clear out and restart at DS1. Of course, my stop loss is at over here. If it reaches here, then I think this is my losing trade. This is my very grumpy losing trade for this week. So we'll see where I end up for this grumpiness of this grumpy trade. I'm calling this Aussie dollar a grumpy trade.
Hey, thank you, Alexis, for that. Actually, I hold a different opinion compared to EuroCat. Allow me to show it. Wait. So EuroCat, I'm quite reluctant to call it as a potential reversal. Yeah, so you can see that when I switch over the EuroCat chart, immediately what grabs my eye was this kind of you can see all the upside wicks that actually happens recently. Yeah, even in the past, the upside wicks are just that obvious to me. I don't really see any downside wicks that I should pay attention to. Yeah, so it's this kind of things that grabs my attention. So that's on a weekly chart. Moreover, price actually recently just rejected off 1.48, which is just last week only. Yeah. So the question is, to me, does it have comparing upside and low side potential? So when I look at the monthly chart, it has more upside potential compared to low side, because really, if I were to short it, price really just comes to this level. If I were to long it, price will actually be potentially going up all the way here. Yeah, because this is the level that I'm looking at. Yes. But now here's a curious case, is that I can't see any reason for me to go long as of now. Yeah. So for me to go long, price really needs to come to here. Then I will start considering the case for me to go long. That's for EuroCat. As it is now, price to me is in the middle of nowhere, so I'm quite reluctant to actually trade it up. Yeah. I can see the case to go up, just I don't think the potential for me to back in a 8:1, 5:1, this kind of trade is there. Yeah, so and Alexis is right in saying that when trading reversals, I have higher chances of getting stopped out than actually getting those big winners. Yeah, so I want to be a bit more picky. So in this case, I just can't see the possibility of me getting a winner out of this is not there yet. Yeah, it might possibly be happen. Just price going back to 1.48, but not for now. That I want to do that. Yeah, it's not extreme enough for me. In essence, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not extreme enough for me. Yeah. Then, as for Danny's question, I suppose you're referring to why this two is green, because it's making money. That's why it's in green. If I'm losing money, then you'll be in red. Yeah, that's why my cat switch is green color. I think that's what Dennis is asking. Yeah. So if I have a losing trade or winning trade, then it will be reflected in here. Yeah. So with that, let me welcome Paul. Paul, are you in with your quiz for the week? Or he's not in yet? Or I put him off with all my lame jokes.
Did you mean John?
Hey, John, not Paul. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, is Paul taking over on the quizzes?
Yeah, John, you're in.
Yeah, I am here. Sorry. Continue. I have to make sure I get the right screen. Cello, yeah. It is a very small quiz this week because I've had a week being ill.
Oh, what happened to you?
I ripped a tendon in my shoulder blade area. Yeah, just by putting a t-shirt on and off.
You should do more
Yeah.
stretching.
I did the stretch. That was the problem.
Oh gosh.
Okay, yeah, like that. Right. Okay. This is a very. It should be a very straightforward, nothing dangerous test for people. Which factory might you want to look at? Oh, here's my food. Before you place a trade, you might not. You might not want to. You might not be a. You might be a chartist, or you might be this, that, and the other. But it's always worth looking at one particular factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And sorry. Oh yeah, I can't. That's what I meant for that. Yes, that's it. They're on. I look at it, even though sometimes I don't. It doesn't affect what's going on. I am always looking for I'm looking for those red folders, especially some on a Friday. Like today, I'm looking and I can see that there's some nastiness with the US in a red folder. So I'll be looking at that. We're coming towards the dead zone before the US comes on. That's why I'm waiting with my CAD Swiss long. I will just wait for that one until later on. I won't. I will wait until the US market comes on. The other thing that's making me wait is on Monday, gold and silver. They just went straight down and then they came back up, but they've not managed to go up above that massive selling zone. So I'm just going to wait to see what they do tomorrow. I've been caught out with that before, and then the Swiss franc is playing what is like playing ping pong. I watched was it FinViz? If only just to watch the little currency thing. I'm watching them bounce across. The Swiss franc was in doghouse most of the week. It's managed to climb its way back up, but now it's sliding back down. So I'm in profit on one trade. I won't budge until I see what they do later on. That's my rough analysis of the week. But summing it up, I'm watching what happened on gold and silver at the beginning of the week, because obviously they were grabbing lots of money, and I'm in profit on a couple of trades, and I'll give it like that. There you go. That's my analysis. That's the first time I've done it, but I will hook up my screen. Okay. Which network got hacked this week? I
actually like that response. They actually politely asked for them to pay back the money.
Yes, but Poly Network, Sue's got it. I panicked like mad because I've got Matic tokens. I thought, oh, is that the Matic network? And it's not. Similar sounding names, but not. I'm quite glad I'm not on that network. There's a lot of money involved in it, so yeah. I'm quite glad I didn't get involved in that rubbish. This one is in the latest. Why might the latest tech development at Google have employees looking a bit nervous?
Oh,
this is one from today.
I have not read that yet.
No, this is something that had me a little bit concerned as I was struggling around the household. They have developed a pay calculator, which is probably nothing exciting, except that you might get a pay cut
That's because they're working from home, right?
Yes, if you're working from home. Yeah, they're toying with the idea. So the fact that Google have come up with something like that, I think is a bit worrying. All the other companies, oh, we might adopt the same thing. So that was something that caught my eye. This is my sporting question. It's not really a. How many gold medals did the host country win?
Japan.
Japan is the host country. Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea how many gold medals did they win.
We get 27. The reason I put it in there is I just wondered how much it cost the country per gold medal to host it. I thought about working it out, how much the actual games have cost them to get 27 gold medals, and will they be able to reuse all of their infrastructure? I'm not saying I'm anti-Olympics, but I'm pretty sort of close to that side of it, in that it costs so much money, and can you reuse everything?
I don't think any country has successfully reused all their Olympics venues, except for those countries that hosted twice.
Yeah.
It's literally a money-losing venture. Unless, I mean, the main thing is probably because they are hosting Olympic in the first place, that the infrastructure that is being built will be useful to the locals. But other than that,
Yeah, so it's not a spinner for me. And my last question is just a refresher for everybody. Which time frames should you be using when using the Wave Rider? And
5 minutes.
Five minutes. we should all be on those. That's all I've done this week, because I'm just. It's not been a good week, but the trades are okay. The trades are okay. That's not too bad. I expected the trades that I was in to retrace today, and that is exactly what's happening.
All right, thank you, John, for that, and take care of our shoulders, man.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was my arm. This one's fine, but this one will not. It's just in there. Will not go up. Hey ho, there you go.
Yeah, I know it's quite painful because I also have a tendon injury on my left shoulder, which happens time to time. Yeah, and the last 2 weeks, even to now, my Achilles heel is still recovering. My Achilles heel tendon. Yeah, I've managed to pull it somehow. Yeah, so I'm limping since 2 weeks, but
it's not so bad now. I can actually sleep on it, but a couple of days ago, no, bang, no chance.
The important question here is, can you take off your shirt on your own?
I can now, but I've got to bend right over onto the floor and let my arm flop and then pull it off.
Okay. So you got to.
So I still can't put both up. But it's okay because the computer's down here for training, so that's okay.
Okay.
So it's not a problem.
Hey, Alexis, last time when you did competitive swimming, did you have any sort of long-term injury?
Yeah, I do have a shoulder impingement. It's all the shoulders.
So it's been with you up to now.
Yeah. So I mean, off on. If I don't, I'll say if I don't lift things correctly, or I catch it at the wrong angle, then it will. I don't know how it kind of pops out. It's just a bit loose. So I don't know. The physio told me it's called a shoulder impingement. So apparently it means that the rotator cuff or something is loose. So if I pull it at the wrong angle, or I carry things at the wrong angle, it will pop a little bit, and then it's just got to physio it back lah, and make sure it doesn't get inflamed.
Will it become arthritic?
I hope not. I hope not. Oh dear. This is a growing pains, but it's in the later half of your growing years.
When later half of the year and your years if you feel that during the rainy season you get more pains coming in, you know it's arthritic already.
Oh dear. Okay. It's not good to know, but thanks for the information.
And is John subconsciously holding on to your shoulder?
Yeah. Now I'm trying to rotate
No,
to
but it
see,
is.
okay,
It's
what's wrong
because,
with it.
you play flute like this, so it's my left shoulder. It'll come out, and saxophone. It's all on the left side. I mean, I used to play rugby and hockey, so I never had any injuries playing those sports, even at the low level I was playing at. But I take a t-shirt off, and I'm in trouble. Paul says I should wear loose t-shirts. I don't have any. It's all like black and grey like this for music. Oh well, never mind. That's my bit. So it's a battle between me and Alexis. Then Alexis is wanting to strengthen the Swiss franc. I just want it to stay where it is so I can keep on soaring. My only opinion is that I don't think they can allow it to go that strong, even though they got all the. So we should have a battle. I'll just wait until later on. I think it'll stay there. I think you're correct. I think it'll tomorrow. I think your short might be for tomorrow.
Well, we'll have to wait for it. I mean, you could be right for the next 3 days, and then maybe I can be right next week. It's okay. We'll wait.
Oh, I think. Oh, they wait. I'm there. I'm waiting. It's like a real Halloween. You're like stirring the pot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite cool. I mean, after Sui has spotted all the reversals, I've gone through to look at all the potential reversals, and the Swiss, it has been appearing on. I think Cat Swiss also, the RSI 2 indicator is there. So I mean, there is a smidge of a probability, but we'll see. So definitely there are like 4 or 5 reversals that have popped up, quite rare on the same day, but it means that, you know, out of this 4 or 5, there might be one. I hope that might pan out. So definitely keeping a close watch on this few. I think now, let's see how many RSI 2s I have. I've got Cat Swiss, I've got Eurocat, got Euro Swiss, and Pound Swiss. So there's like what, four reversal potentials.
I think she has just added one more to the list, which is Kiwi Swiss.
Kiwi Swiss. Oh, let's go look at that too. See what
Yeah,
Kiwi
so I
Swiss
think
has.
Kiwi Swiss was something I actually wanted to trade. Was it last week? Yeah. So now to answer, I think you're asking for Kiwi Swiss short, if I'm right.
Yeah, but wow, so it's like I think 1, 2, 4 Swiss pairs, Pound, Euro, Cat, and Kiwi. So there are 4 Swiss pairs that are looking potentially overbought. So I mean, need to be a bit careful, because it's very high chance if you take all 4, you might get 4 stop losses instead.
Actually, to answer her questions, Kiwi Swiss, I'm not really interested in shorting Kiwi Swiss at the moment. Yeah, because it has really passed the area whereby I wanted to trade going for a short position. Yeah, so looking at the trend line that I have on my screen is I don't usually trade trend lines. Yeah, but if it stands out there, I'll actually mark it on my screens. Yeah, so on the H4 side, you can see that price actually broke and is actually retesting a trend line. I mean, I just need to readjust my trend line so you look as if it's retesting. Really, in order for me to short Swiss, I would rather price go below here and then for me to jump in. Yeah, because this was the area where I wanted to trade short. It did not happen. Yeah, all in all, I can summarize is that I'm not interested in trading Kiwi Swiss long or short at the moment. Yeah, put it this way, it's not to my confidence. Yeah, it hasn't really.
I get the what you're looking for is clarity, right? There's no clarity, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
as long as nothing actually jumps out at me substantially, then my confidence level in that particular trade just plummets. And then if I do take it, I will probably have to double the fine that I have to pay Alexis. So I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, it does look that it's a possibility, but I have no clarity on Kiwi Swiss either. But definitely my preference would be also to look for a short opportunity, but it's just there's no setup. I think the problem now for all these reversal pairs is waiting for the setup. So if there's no setup, then we will we will have the risk of breaking your rules, right? And when you break your rules, it's going to affect our next trade in terms of psychology, in terms of confidence. So I guess it's one of those where it's a bit of a training process where, okay, we have to follow the rules, we have to pick the correct trade so that when it does what it does, we won't think, it doesn't mess up the psychology. I think that this part is pretty important, especially when we're spot for choice, because 4 Kiwi pairs, 4 Swiss pairs, right? So 4 Swiss pairs, I'm pretty sure there's going to be one in there that might work out, but really have to wait for that signal that tells me, okay, this is the one I'm going to pick out of the 4.
For that in particular, I will still set my sights on pound Swiss. Yeah, because this of what we look at the chart just now, pound Swiss still looks like the highest possibility that I'll actually jump in. Yeah, simply because it's just near a level whereby, and it's been tested multiple times in the past, that it should, there's a higher chance for me, like in my case, that I would trade the reversals of this. Yeah. That's pound Swiss for me. So I'll actually strike off QVCs on my list. Then go will be, I'll probably be jumping in for go. Since it's consolidation breakout, so I'll be trading the breakout itself. This is a flag to me. It's an ugly looking flag, but anyway, yeah, I'll be trading this breakout itself. Now I'll be jumping at 0.5%. So when price reach here, I will evaluate the trade against. Yeah, because it's too near to a level which I wanted to trade, because price could just do this anyway. Yeah, so I'll just be jumping at 0.5%. What I'll be patiently waiting for to scale in for my go trade is when price does this. Then yes, I'll be scaling in. So 0.5% in wait, what's time now? Now it's 4 p.m. Yeah, so go actually closes 1 hour later. So in 6 p.m. time, if it's that bullish, I'll be trading go long. Yeah, so pound Swiss short, go long. Yeah, that's only 2 trades for me. Aussie dollar, I thought you were set up for me. Dollar yen, I'll be keeping a close watch to see if dollar yen comes here so that I can actually do this. Keeping my fingers crossed. If it does, then only next week, then we'll know. Yeah. Anything up your sleeve, Alexis?
No, I think you're right. Among all the Swiss pairs, Kiwi Swiss looks like the ugliest. In terms of big picture. But my preference, I think, would be. I kind of have a feeling for Cat Swiss. Either it's a choice for me now between either Cat Swiss or Euro Swiss. So this is my 2. Pound Swiss, it doesn't look like I might get anything in the next few hours, so that might be maybe on your time frame. But I think for now, I'm looking either Euro Swiss or Kiwi Swiss at 4 p.m. At 4 p.m, it looks like at 4 p.m, I do feel that Cat Swiss might give me something. Again,
Cat Swiss short.
Yeah, Cat Swiss short.
Please no. I'm waiting for price to go up the way here. Why are you shorting it? Why?
Let's see. Why am I shorting it? On the hourly, it just looks.
Is it because of this?
Yeah. You're on the H4, is it? Yeah, I think so. I was looking at it on the daily time frame, but it does look like that on the H4 as well. But my bias comes from this one where that resistance level over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is my my take on it. And if I'm looking at the H1, I'm also looking at it because traditionally in the past, when I take long hourly trades on the Wave Rider, I always get stop loss. So maybe this one is like the other way around.
That's such an odd way of looking at it.
Yeah, and also because I think today's hourly candles on the Cat Swiss, they're sticking to the daily pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're sticking to the daily pivot, and it is, according to my journaling, these are the trades that I get stopped out a lot on a traditional follow the strategy H1 rules, right? So I think this setup, and it has got an RSI, so I think this feels like a good probability for a short trade. But again, I'm waiting for the setup because it just looks like it's squishing down there. So
for my benefit, I will have to say that I hope you get stopped out.
Okay, maybe we share. Okay, it goes up first, then it comes back down. Okay, so we share, right?
Okay, so that's from Alexis. He's looking to short Cat Swiss. Yeah. Next week, let's tune in to see how it turns out. Again, this is not a matter of whether she's right or I'm right. Yeah, it's a matter of we each see the analysis and we stick to our own game plan.
Yeah, I think it's timing. I think timing is the key here because I might while I'm waiting for my shot, by that time hopefully maybe Lloyd has hit his TP and then I can go in, without fighting with him for it lah.
And
It's
then
just about timing.
we have the advanced player from Sui that she says she was shot to get long for Katsui.
Catsis, advanced player, yeah, short to get long.
She's
That's not
a
a bad
big-
idea either. Yeah.
I must say that she's a player, isn't it? She's playing both sides.
Yes, she's playing both sides. She's a double agent.
Yeah. It's not a bad plan if you know what you're doing. It's not a bad plan. Yeah.
I
I
agree.
think Ash used to do that quite a fair bit, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think he does that on the shorter type, the 15 minutes or even 5 minutes. I'm not wrong.
Okay. So with that, I think I'll be ending the show a bit early. Okay, it's actually the same time, 3:55. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining us today. Had a good chat, and thank you, John, for your efforts. And as always, John has this very, very nice method of making me feel not that smart towards the end of the week.
I just like information. I've always been the same. When I was a 19-year-old, I used to read Times, Financial Times. I can't remember what the other ones were. Guardian.
Do you read Baron?
And I read 4 or 5 big newspapers every day when I was working in London. So I just got used to just reading information. Most of it's pretty useless. But it was just it keeps you occupied. In the job I did in London, you had a lot of spare time. You had a lot of hanging around, and then you had to do things really quickly. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I think it's still good practice to actually just keep on reading and know what's happening.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kept me. The times I haven't read, it's got me into trouble on trading. The times I haven't been doing some reading, I've taken the trade and I'm thinking, what? And then I've gone and looked at it. I thought, oh man, what's going on? So, but luckily I got myself out of jail on Monday. I got stopped out of a buy on gold. It went down the bottom. I thought, I'm not having this. Bang, it's up. I went back in on the up, I covered my loss and got out, and then just watched it go back down again. And then I thought, right, I am leaving that alone for the week. I will wait to see what happens on. I'm taking your lunch money on Friday. That's what I call it. Tomorrow is I'm taking your lunch money.
Listen
The
to me.
bullies of the US market will come in, and they're going to see who they can fleece.
Listen to me. Gold will go get long. 10% in.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. The reason I won't do that, and I'm sure I'm not a gold trader, I can see that massive red thing on Friday, on Monday, and I'm a bit like you. I'm not going to do anything until I see it go above it. I'm just not going to, because there's a massive pile of liquidity. I thought I'm not going anywhere near that. I have been burnt like that before, and I'm not doing it again. I got out of jail on Monday, and I thought that's the warning I need. I'll go and have a can of beer and watch. May you have good fortune on that trade. I hope you do it. I'm not a brave enough man after watching. I watched it. I was live watching it. Watching it just go, and the computer stopped. Fusion Market stopped.
Wow.
It just stopped.
Wow.
Bang, froze, and then it came back, and it was I thought, oh, it's usually bad. The last time I did that, it was when the oil went through the floor at the beginning of the pandemic. It just stopped. I thought, oh, it's one of those days. I was laughing. I lost a little bit of money, but I got it back. But I was laughing at the time. I shouldn't be like that. I just found it.
Oh well,
Either that or scream.
everybody will get it some part of your training career.
Yeah. I got it, but I got my money back, and I thought that's enough for the day. And then after that, I did my t-shirt routine and did my shoulder in. So I thought, okay, that's a sign. Stop. Go and get a book and read. So that's my day. Have a good weekend.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you, Alexis, and thank you to all of you. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Check back and see what happened to gold.